What are you like with money, madam?
I'd like to say I'm quite sensible with it.
Good credit rating?
Amazing.
What happened in early November?
I was off work and Jordan approached me and asked me to take out a payday loan for her. And I said no. And then she asked me to be a guarantor for a loan for her.
What did you do?
I agreed to the guarantor loan because of the circumstances she said she was in.
What were those circumstances?
She said the bailiffs were at her house threatening to take a sofa and a TV, and her daughter wouldn't have anything to sit on or watch. So knowing that I have kids, she knew that it'd pull my heartstrings, and that's exactly what it did.
Did you deliberately send these messages to be emotionally manipulative so she'd give you the money?
No, it is true that the bailiffs work around. We have had letters of bailiffs.
You took out a guarantor loan. What did that mean?
It meant if Jordan didn't pay the loan, that I would be liable for it.
How much for?
£1,000, Judge.
Am I right to say, Jordan, that you assured Sally that you were about to get a big lump sum?
Yes, Judge.
Was that true? Was that...
Not at the time, Judge. I wasn't...
Was it true?
No, Judge.
When, Sally, did you expect the loan to be paid off?
On the 27th of November.
That's very important. Why the 27th of November? Less than 3 weeks or thereabouts after the money was handed over.
Because we both get paid on that day.
In other words, you thought this was a short-term thing.
Agreed, Judge.
What with getting paid and what with her about to receive a large amount of money, correct?
Correct.
27th K. Did you pay?
No, Judge.
What happened?
I had been back to work previously and heard a lot of people talking about Jordan, saying that she'd been asking a lot of people in the office for money. So I started to panic, thinking she wasn't going to pay it. So I was constantly texting her, asking her if she's definitely going to make this payment. She assured me that the payment was already set up to be made on the 27th. So when the 27th came and it wasn't paid, about 3 days later, I went round to her house and she instantly said straight away, I'm paying it today. And I said, I don't believe you, Jordan. And she said, honestly, I'm going to the bank today and I'm going to pay it. So I said, well, get your shoes on then and I'll take you to the bank myself. You come and get the money out of the bank. I'm here. I'm happy to take it to the bank.
At this stage, did you believe that she'd got this big lump sum?
No, Judge.
What then happened?
She then said, it's not there yet. So I said, what do you mean it's not there? Should it be there in the next hour? So she went to shut the door on me, so I put my foot in the door.
You put your foot in the door?
Yes, Judge. And I told her not to lock me out because I knew she'd lock me out and she wouldn't come out and I would never see that money. So she told me to remove my foot out of the door and I said, if you don't come out, I will knock your door down.
What happened?
She shut the door and locked me out. It was freezing.
Not good enough, madam. What happened next?
So after leaving, I had to leave because I had to go and get my children from school. She told me that the money would be there by 5.
Was it there by 5?
No, Judge. So on my way home, she then texts me, asking me to lend her 30 quid. So she could go and get some petrol, so she can go to the bank and get the money out for me.
In order to pay back the loan that she was delinquent on, she asked for £30 to get petrol?
Yes, Judge.
That's the biggest chutzpah I've ever heard. What? Did you do that?
Yes, Judge.
You didn't give it to her, I presume?
No, Judge.
What did you end up doing?
I knew that I didn't have any legal right being a guarantor. So I took it upon myself to pay off the guarantor loan. And then I drew up my own agreement.
Now, there are a number of clauses of this agreement. You're not a lawyer, I take it?
No, correct.
The interest payable on the unpaid principal is at the rate of 20% per annum. You're now charging her interest. Correct?
Correct.
I was very troubled by this part of the agreement. However, you have at least set out at the end of that clause a total sum that's due. Had you not put that precisely, that clause would have been very problematic to you. Understood? How much were the monthly repayments?
£103.
The first month was due when?
The 27th of December.
Excellent. Did you make that first payment?
No, Judge, I haven't heard that.
What a surprise. Should Jordan continuously fail to make payments over 3 times, Sally will have the right to ask for full payment. Looking at your application, there hasn't been 3 consecutive payments missed.
Correct.
So what clause of the contract do you rely on?
I don't have a clause.
Is that right?
No, Judge.
Would you like to rely on the default part of your agreement?
Yes.
And say that that's the one that I should refer to and is the operative clause?
Yes, Judge.
Notwithstanding anything to the contrary in this agreement, if the borrower defaults in the performance of any obligation under this agreement, then the lender may declare the principal amount owing and interest due under this agreement at that time to be immediately due and payable. Do you have any other additional evidence which would assist me come to the view that Jordan's unlikely to pay the money back? Has she said anything to you?
She made me aware that she doesn't have the means to pay me back.
And you're careful with your money, with your children, because your children mean the world to you.
Correct.
And does the money you spend chiefly go on you or them?
Them.
How tough is it?
Very. I work full-time, but I only work nights. Because I have the boys during the day, take them to nursery, pick them up from nursery, spend a couple of hours with them, and then go to work at night. Me and my other half, we literally just cross paths. He comes home from work and I go to work.
You were standing in the cold. How do you feel about that now?
Angry. Words can't really explain how I feel about it, to be fair, because, you know, I did it out of the goodness of my heart to help her. And in relation to that, I've been left with my credit card bill that I have to pay each month now because I don't have the money from her to pay it.
Sally, now that you've found yourself in this situation, you must have a hunch as to why Jordan's found herself in such financial difficulty.
She has a gambling problem.
Don't be stupid. Stay and watch the best Judge Rinder moments. And I'm talking. Understood? Don't be a moron. Subscribe to Judge Rinder YouTube channel. Right now. That's an order.